My mic is already cleared.
If we're done being run over.
Right.
Get practicing. You look like you're working out. Yeah. You're cracking your back or something.
Right. And hey, buddy, swing, 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 swing.
Whoa. Right.
And stretch.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus!
You go for a flying lesson.
Oh, it wasn't quite as much as the last time.
I was just stealing your joke.
Thanks. Oh. What? Wait. 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 Come back.
What are you doing? Stop messing.
I'm trying to get in. Stop. Don't hit the fire
Oh, no.
pumps. Petrol pumps.
I'm not you.
Stop it. Stop
Okay.
it right now.
Okay.
I don't think I can even. Oh, God.
Can you not get in the back?
I don't think so. Oh. There we go.
So I think it's need to punch me out. Oh, it's got 2 speedos in this thing.
Holy smokes.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at you.
Oh yeah.
You're ugly as fuck.
Looking at you. Thank you.
It's quite
Need to
detailed in here
concentrate on where
compared to I'm doing quite well, aren't I? Considering them.
I like the windscreen wipers.
Yeah. Yeah, they are nice windscreen wipers. Yeah.
Do that again. Two-hander that.
Is it? Let's have a look. Oh, it's just a one-hander at mine.
Do again. Oh yeah, now she's gone to one hand. She was doing it with 2.
Apparently we're doing 78, 79, 80 miles an hour. This does not feel like 80 miles an hour.
Is it miles an hour though?
Yes. It says MPH
Beautiful.
twice.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to be sure. Did you see the amount of spins that guy just did?
I know, in the
Bloody hell.
minivan.
Yeah. Oh. What's that guy doing on the wrong side of the road? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, not
Bing,
quite down
bing.
the gap.
I know, I was hoping. Drift. Not bad. Just boop into that car. Where are the motorcyclists?
In the clubhouses.
Boring. Get out here so I
Clubhouse
can run
time.
you over.
Everyone's arm wrestling. They're either arm wrestling or in A&E. Because of arm wrestling.
What do they call A&E in America? They don't call it A&E, do they?
I can't remember. That's going to annoy me.
It's annoying me.
I'm just going to Google it.
Yes.
ER.
ER, that's it. The emergency
I
room.
didn't even have to Google it.
Ah, well done. Well done.
Thanks. Thank you. Oh, achievement for today. Wow.
Diamond Monsters joined our crew and set it as his main.
Oh. Brilliant. That's all.
Why did that? That was random.
That was random.
No, random. Boom.
I'd say if you ordered the buzzard, because that's what I was trying to do.
Boom.
I should slide down that ladder to me.
Why were you trying to come up?
Oh god.
Oh god, we should do a serious cover. I say serious cover. Do a cover of that. Like film it properly and everything.
You think?
Yeah, we'd get so many dislikes. It'd be great. Kaboom!
Motherfucker.
Kaboom, motherfucker! I can't believe this helicopter's still here. Oh, and it's gone. But it'll still be there. Ooh, that's a good shot of the Vinewood sign in the background.
Dun, 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 bum.
I was wondering what you were doing there.
I was listening to it.
Boom! Watch us not be able to monetize this now. Lale.
My mind I blow my ADD, baby.
Could you turn it down a little bit?
Yeah.
I want to
yeah.
ask you.
Indeed.
Can you tell your professional opinion, ADD/ADHD, and also differentiate between them?
There is a difference. ADD is just call it.
Okay.
Have had this conversation, or are you for the purpose of
Yeah,
screaming?
we have had this. We've had every conversation.
I was just. I thought we'd have a conversation. That's all.
I tell you what a conversation about. We had a conversation saying we've had this conversation. Me saying
Yeah.
it's not a conversation so that the viewers.
Yes, that's fine. Which is why have we had this conversation, or is this of the stream?
You know we've had this conversation.
Well, I was.
You told me
I
about
have this conversation with
loads.
I have this conversation all the time, so I don't know who I say it to. But anyway. Is risky there? Have I said that before? Anyway.
Answer the bloody question.
I am. Well, honestly, my opinion has sort of changed.
Well, isn't that convenient?
I know, but in general, I think it's a major cop out, and people either want title because it means that they're entitled to help, or they just don't want to be labelled as a parent because that's what comes with multi-child. But there are cases in which I suppose you could say ADHD if that's a thing, or possibly being part on the spectrum of something else.
So, what's changed
possibly
your
so.
opinion thinking that it may actually exist? Because you were pretty
I still
dead
don't
against that.
necessarily exist. I don't know. Like I said, I think is that you're a part of a spectrum, and that's what that title is for. Do you know what I mean?
What's
Just because
changed
you've
your
got
opinion?
ADHD and be like, oh, you've got what's changed my opinion? I suppose seeing extreme cases.
Right.
Yeah, working with kids, I suppose.
Gonna make some deals?
Well, it can't be from your last job, because when you were still there, you were still dead against it.
I don't know. I don't know what it was that made me think that.
Turns
I
out we
can't
haven't had
remember.
this
I don't know, you know.
conversation.
No, it's true. I still think it's a major cop out, and I still, as I said, I still think it's
ready for collection. Go get it and bring it to the warehouse.
not what people make it out to be, I suppose. Basically, I think if you've been told you've got ADHD or whatever, and it's actually serious, like you've got something going on, then there's probably something bigger going on, if that makes sense.
Do you
Which would
believe
still mean that
ADHD
ADHD
exists
isn't-
or not?
I don't know. I don't think so. Not in the right. In the majority of cases, no. I still stand by that 1,000,000%. I think there are some very rare cases in which there is confusion around it. You know, like people being diagnosed with a learning disability. People are like, well, what are they diagnosed with? And it's like a learning disability. And they're like, well, what does that mean? And it's like, well, it just means that their brain's wired up differently. And they're like, so does that mean they're autistic? And I'm like, well, not necessarily. It means they're diagnosed with a learning disability.
This is what I didn't get. When you used to talk about, I think it was Alex, right? From what I saw of Alex.
Good name thingy in there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because people can identify
Doesn't
someone
matter.
called Alex.
Doesn't matter. No, you're not supposed to. Anyway, carry on.
Well, you shouldn't have sent me videos, but still.
Oh my.
He looks like a severely autistic kid. Do you know what I mean? Just from like what, 1 or 2 videos of him walking around. There was something, you know, special about him, I suppose. I wouldn't have said he had a learning disability. I don't know definitions and all that sort of stuff, but when you think of learning disabilities, it might be, you know, people who struggle with English or maths or anything
see, that's
like that.
learning difficulties.
So what's a learning disability?
Learning disability is purely when your brain is wired up differently, and that
So why
can
is it
either
called that?
occur
'Cause that's
during
very misleading.
pregnancy. Because I don't know, because it affects the way your brain works, and it's either done whilst you're a fetus, I suppose, when being given birth to, or during an accident.
Yeah. I still don't understand why it's called that. Why is it a learning? What's learning got to do
Because
with
it
it?
affects your learning, doesn't it? It affects the way that you perceive the world. It affects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, to call it a
You
learning
don't
disability
think-
seems like it's downplaying it a bit, really.
Well, because people confuse it with learning difficulties. That's
No
what it
wonder.
is. LD is a massive spectrum that people aren't aware of.
You need to hop out.
There are people within my current work, that that their area is pure LD, which I think is amazing, because obviously we have adults, we have children, and then there's a pure LD section, which is how it should be.
Yeah.
And there's physical health and mental health, and LD is separate. It's mainly more classed as mental health, obviously, but it's still its own thing. And hence why Steph at uni studied learning disability nursing. She was training to be a nurse for those with learning disabilities.
But again,
Not
it baffles
difficulties.
me. Why would you call something that's relatively mild, I suppose, if someone struggles with English, it can affect them in life, but it doesn't seem, you know, life-threatening. Maybe it doesn't seem like they're going to have support and all that sort of stuff. It's a very isolated thing. The crap at English. Do you know what I mean? Learning difficulty.
Yeah.
Learning disability.
Yeah.
Sounds similar. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But actually means someone can't take care of themselves. They need around-the-clock support and attention. Again, it seems like it's making it seem like a little problem when really it's quite a major concern, and it implies learning, not life.
And ADHD is classed as a learning difficulty, not a disability.
That confuses it even further.
Hey!
But I don't know enough about it, you know what I mean? But what I do know is in my school, there were people who would crack on, get on with the work. There were people who would get on with the work, but they would also like, you know, having a chat and having a laugh, and if the teacher went, oi, pack it in, they would. And there were other people that would say, fuck you, to the teacher, do you know what I mean? And then there were other people that couldn't sit still. They'd be, you know, constantly energetic, they couldn't focus enough, you know what I mean, to
But
put
I
pen to
think
paper.
that this is what I mean in terms of ADHD. It's a very broad term because I think with stuff like that, there's always something behind it. Do you know what I mean?
Which one?
Behind people not being able to put pen to paper and not being able to sit still, and do you know what I mean? There's always something behind it. It isn't as simple as you've got. If people turn around and go, yeah, you've got ADHD, it's like, well, fair enough, but you need to delve in a little bit deeper.
Yeah, so that should be a starting point, a sort of catch-all
Yeah.
until the specific
Yeah.
diagnosis is. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But it seems pretty retarded as well, pun not intended, to say that pretty much anything is, it's where the brain's wired up differently. Because, for a start, we're all wired up differently. And secondly, you could say that about pretty much anyone that isn't normal. Do you know what I mean? Someone who has anxiety, the brain's not, the brain wired up differently. Same with someone with wired up differently. So how can you explain ADHD's brain is
ADHD is difficulty, not a disability. Yeah. So it's, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I think ADHD term, that very much a cop out. You've got to delve in deeper to see what the issue is, and that's when things are more obvious, I suppose.
dangerous
does.
that this treatment when so many people
It's, I
participate-
suppose, no, it's just suppressing, as is threats, as is treatment, anxiety, depression. Suppresses stuff. It doesn't help get rid of it. It doesn't do anything other than kind of keep it within you, if that makes sense.
keep it at bay.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
What with?
Instead of giving someone it's to stop them hearing or to calm them down, numb them,
ADHD.
or depression
Oh.
or Tourette, anything.
And tasks that work for yourself. Just like I was talking to someone the other day about someone who has, and it was a simple case. I know I've done a lot on animal therapy, but it was as simple as like being distracted by a pet, and their Tourette's just stopped. A lot of Tourette's people like singing makes them stop, dancing. You know, they find something that they like a hobby, and it just stops everything. In terms of ADHD, again, I think it's finding the issue, the main cause, and dealing with that, however way. Anxiety and depression, again, I think it's motivation thing, finding something that's, you know, gonna, I don't know, finding your comfort zone, I suppose, and finding something that's gonna let you kind of step out of that in a comfortable way.
So aren't all those also suppressing it? It only gets rid of the problem in the short term, right? Just like tablets might.
Well, no, because with things like that, you can sort of grade it, and you can build a tolerance up to things, and you can get over things.
What? With like what? Someone with a pet might not have the symptoms of Tourette's at all.
Well, I suppose not with Tourette's, because Tourette's is you can't get rid of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you
But
can.
people
It's
say like
difficult
whenever
to
they
get rid of
sing
all
or
of it,
whenever they
isn't it?
dance or whenever they have
Did I mention that I
pets
haven't
or
had
whatever, you know, that's it. But then I suppose you're right in a sense of then when they go back to not doing those things, they're very much their tics are worse for a short period of time.
Mm.
But
It's
I
like
think
if I
that's
get
a
anxious
bit
or
different.
something, I can play a
Mm.
game and then forget that I'm anxious. And then if I stop playing,
Yeah.
sometimes I can either be okay and, get on with my day, or
We've
I
already
can
run
go
into
anxious
trouble.
again because I'm no longer being distracted.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You sort of build up a tolerance or a bit of
a
I
routine.
don't know. Yeah, and you just work on that, I suppose. It's like we call it
We gotta get out of here.
well, I don't know. Basically, we call it I suppose like goal setting in a way, and also activity analysis, which is where you break down every single step of something, and then when it comes to trying to achieve something, you do it one step at a time. So we did it at uni. We literally had to sit and write down the steps for making a cup of tea. I don't know if I've told you about this. And it was literally a case of like turn the tap on, open the lid to the kettle, put the kettle under the tap, fill the kettle to as full as you need it, turn the tap off, close the kettle lid, put the kettle on the thing, flick the switch, like literally everything. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. And you've literally got to do things step by step. And if,
What was that for? Why were you writing that?
It's just an example of like breaking down things that seem very simple to the majority of people, but things that people might find difficult, and you can apply it to anything and everything. So then another example what we moved on to with was that we were given a case study of like a man who'd he had like arthritis in his knees or something, but he wanted to walk down to his local shops or something like that. I can't really remember what it was, and it was a case of like doing your exercises so that your arthritis wasn't as bad, getting in a bath in the morning so that your muscles were relaxed, and then it was take your dog for a walk to the front of your garden, take the dog for a walk to the end of the street, and just sort of building it up like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just something that, like a key thing that we learn in terms of building stuff up and things that you don't really think about.
Do you think there are cases where, except for stuff like, I don't know, stuff that's going to save your life, like if you've got a heart problem and you need a certain, blood thinner or something like that, or you have a heart attack, do you think with other things, mental problems, such as ADHD, anxiety, or, Tourette's, where they still have physical symptoms, but at the end of the day, it's not something, you know what I mean? It is the wiring making it happen. Do you think there's any case where it's better to medicate than to have exercise or activities?
I don't think I've witnessed or learnt about things like that. Do you know what I mean? I've never seen it for myself. I think it's probably a combination of things of what works for the person, if that makes sense. Like I know of people on medication that it does help, but obviously other things help as well, and you can't just rely on medication. I forgot what the first part of what you said was because I was going to say something about it. Oh, yeah, and that people separate physical and mental health a ridiculous amount, and it annoys me because both things impact on both things. So,
I need your help
Are you
here.
just dancing around?
I was shooting them all, but I'm dead now. We need to try and get rid of the helicopter as well.
Who's shooting at me?
But yeah, I can't. It's annoying. And like, just when you get used to, you know, the order of things. Come on. Oh yes, what a shot. It's a weird gun, this. And it's a fucking shit to fight. Is that it? Right, nice. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Because with I know anxiety, depression, as much of, you know, it's obviously in your head, so to speak. It gives you physical symptoms. It affects you physically. You know what I mean? And it can be physical stimulus that brings on that mental side of it.
Yeah, and I think I'm like 90% sure that occupational therapists are the only people that are trained in both physical and mental health.
Which is quite shit, because you would have thought that would be a standard. Everyone, it's either both or nothing.
But it's not. You're like, sorry, shit. But everyone else picks a specific thing. Do you know what I mean? You specialise. You get mental health nurses, you get physical nurses, you get mental health doctors, you get physical doctors, you get physical psychologists, and you get mental health psychologists. It's as simple as that. When people find out, like when we used to do multi-professional things at uni, like when we had social work students, nurses, midwives, la la la, they'd say to us, oh, so do you do mental health or physical? And we're all literally sat there like, both. And they cannot believe it. What the shit has just happened?
Well, for some reason I thought that these could float. I thought those big things on the side where it says Marines float. I was wrong.
Well, good. But yeah, no one can believe it when you say that you're trained in both. Everyone's like, no way. And what? And that's for the 3 years. And you're like, yeah. People don't believe it.
I think it...
Which is why we pride ourselves in being holistic. Yay, keywords.
What's that?
Looking at people and things as a whole, not just a bit of it.
Yeah. Where I would separate mental and physical is, I think mental health training should be given to a lot more people. I wouldn't expect a teacher, you know, to know what to do with a broken leg or something like that. But they should know how to deal with a panic attack. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is exactly what that mental health first aid training was that I went on. Because they literally, their opening thing was, we do first aid for physical health. Why don't we do it for mental health? Why don't people know how to deal with a panic attack? Why don't people know what to do if their colleagues are feeling a bit upset? Why don't people say like, oh, you know, why don't people understand it? And it's because no one's taught it.
It's also dangerously very taboo. Mental health is very, very, very taboo. People don't want to admit to feeling like they're going crazy, or that there might be something wrong inside them. And if you rang up work, or if I rang up work, you know, and said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't come in, I'm anxious. A lot of bosses, honestly, I think my boss would understand that. But I think most people, especially in like probably office environments or more professional environments, would try to suck it up. You know, they would want to. And if they don't see an injury, they don't think there is an injury, and that's very harmful.
Yeah, which is what we were talking about, and also professionals and stuff, nurses, doctors, whatever. They don't want to go into work saying, "Oh, I'm feeling a bit anxious," because then they're going to get scrutinised for it.
At my last job,
it's ridiculous.
Because we were dealing with government contracts, and it was, you know, quite a high security thing and quite a high profile thing. There was, when you were getting approved for the job or whatever, or for, you know, to do the government stuff, you had to say whether you had mental health problems, and the reason behind it was, if you suffer from mental illnesses, pretty much you can lose your job. Do you know what I mean? You can be kicked off those contracts, which
Yeah.
is bullshit. It needs to be a bit more specific. You know what I mean? If you lash out or you get paranoid or something like that, and you think that you might give information away or something, fair enough. But if you wake up one day and you feel just shitty, down, you don't want to leave the room, that's no reason to not give someone a job for the government. But again, it just pushes people away, and it makes people not want to admit anything, and people scared to go to the doctors, because if the doctor diagnoses them with the depression, they can lose the job.
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
I know. It's insane.
And if you had a child or something like that, and their teacher was off school for a week because she was depressed, I imagine a lot of parents would be like, fuck that, I don't want a depressed woman or a teacher with anxiety teaching my child. Whereas if someone was off, because they hurt the back, you wouldn't think twice about it. They'd be like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's a perfectly valid reason to be off work. There's a lot of stigma attached to it, and people don't
very much so.
think mental health is an excuse to not work, or to not be happy, or to not socialise, or to not...
Well, that's what we were saying as well about what do you call it, like disability allowance and stuff like that. You can only get it currently if you've got a physical disability. There is no way to get funding for mental health issues and things like that, of reasoning as of why you can't work and earn money and live.
Being scared of the outdoors is a perfectly valid reason to not work. Being scared
and
of
people sit there and
being
say
in an
that they
office
accept it, but then
is
there's
perfectly
people
acceptable.
don't act on it. Do you know what I mean? They don't think, oh, maybe we should set up help for people like this.
Yeah, I think it's becoming a lot more acceptable, and there's obviously more and more ways people can get help. But I still think there's a huge, void.
Yeah.
With it.
And we were also saying about doctors and things, and how are we expected to make appointments for people who are anxious or whatever, if one, they can't get on the phone to the GP, two, let alone get down, and three, a lot of GPs expect you to stand outside the surgery to make an appointment nowadays because they're that busy, first come first serve basis. How is someone who suffers with depression, anxiety, doesn't want to leave the house, doesn't want to get out of bed, how are they supposed to go see their GP?
It is bollocks. It really is, and I'm not sure how many surgeries offer the doctor to come and visit you. Because if you can't get out of your house, or if you can get out of your house but you can't deal with sitting in a waiting room for 20 minutes, or being in a small room, just you and the doctor, you don't know what people are suffering with, and you don't know what people are going through, what they're worried about, what makes them uncomfortable, and to pretty much force them to use the phone, to go down to the doctors or anything like that, it's cruel, really.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people can't force themselves to do that. They're simply too scared of it for whatever reason. For some reason, I didn't like using the phone. But it's less that I didn't like using the phone. I didn't like ringing up.
I still don't like doing it.
Yeah, I didn't like ringing up strangers. Do you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't like to ring up a restaurant for opening times or customer service.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like speaking to people on the phone like that. I'd ring my friends and everything. Now I don't give a shit. It was when I was younger. But even when I was a kid, I didn't like going up to the counter to speak to the shopkeeper, or to ask a waiter, to call over a waiter or anything like that. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. Again, it doesn't bother me now, but I didn't like it. And that's a shame, because people won't reach out when they need help. No. I do not want to join the session.
No.
Oh, you've changed your trousers. Did you change your top as well?
Yeah, I did this ages ago.
Yeah,
this
no.
is when I was in the shop, like when we were like really far up.
Yeah, I just remembered that you went to the shop, so I thought I'd have a little look and see if I could notice what's different. Leather's suitable. To think that is that song that sparked this entire conversation.
It was because it was AGD.
Yeah. It's also fucked up to think that in other countries, people get killed for having a mental illness.
Do you know what else? It's fucked up to think that, 10 years ago, people were still being locked up and kept away from society and told that they could never do anything and classed as mad and insane and pardon me, just because of mental health.
I'm pretty sure that's still the case, isn't it? You can be arrested under the Mental Health Act.
Yeah, but that's more, it isn't a case of you've been diagnosed with autism or whatever. I suppose that's not mental health, whatever, and you get locked up for it. Do you know what I mean? You get locked up if being arrested under the Mental Health Act is when you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This
only a few years ago, you just get locked up anyway because you weren't normal.
Yeah. And it's still very much the case now. Again, it wasn't too long ago where it was taboo to be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a lot changed, but there's still a huge way to go. I don't even think we're there yet. We've given women rights. We've stopped enslaving blacks. Boys can get married now and join the army. But, if you're addicted to something, you're a criminal. Or if you like people under a certain age, you're a criminal. Do you know what I mean? Or you're stigmatised. Whether you've committed a crime, well, I suppose if you take drugs, that's committing a crime. But whether you've robbed something fix or not, or whether you've assaulted someone or not, you're still looked down upon. Whereas you should be treated for it. If you've committed a crime because you're addicted to drugs, or because you can't help but touch up women, or something like that, that's one thing. But if you know that you've got a crime, you're not encouraged to talk about it because you probably get in trouble for it. No one wants to walk up to a copper and say, "Oh, I've just snorted something that some guy gave me and I'm freaking the fuck out," because they're worried they'll get arrested. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they'll lose the job because they've still got a bit on them. That's fucked up. They still need to be taken out of the criminal system and put into the health system, such as mental health. It's literally the past couple of years, very recently, that there was someone, I think a guy, which is probably why he made the news, but he died in a prison cell. Coppers didn't understand that he had a mental problem. They didn't know how to, they restrained him, he died because of it, instead of giving him help.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. There's so many stories about people dying, kids dying, adults dying due to restraint, and it's insane. It really is.
It is insane because the police don't know how to talk to or to get someone, or to think of the bigger picture. The police see someone smashing up a bus stop and taser them. Do you know?
Yeah.
Is I don't know. It's kind of fucked up.
We gonna make some deals?
And again, it just makes you trust the police or the system less if you're going to get in trouble for it. If you go to a counsellor to talk about your problems, or the doctors, and you're worried that they'll share the information with the police, it's fucked up. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to share the information unless they think someone's going to get hurt. I think you can admit to doctors that you're poor and they can't, it's confidential. But if you admit to them that you're going to go and stab someone, I think they have to tell the police. Which makes sense. But then it shouldn't just be a case of a cop has come round and lock you up because you threatened to kill someone. It should be a more protected. It should sort of be an in-between, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be locked in a cage with a bunch of drunks and murderers, and yet you shouldn't be put in a hospital next to someone who's got the flu. There should be a little, an in-between, where you can be assessed, but securely, where you can't hurt yourself or other people.
Well, that's the thing. When I was at the medium secure unit, a lot of the guys would come from prison, and that's because they'd committed a crime, got sent to prison, and then in the prison they've been assessed, and then they go, oh shit, maybe we should move you to a mental hospital.
But by that time, the harm can be done.
Yeah, yeah, damn straight.
Killed at random. People on the roof. Whoa! I didn't know you were in the bunch.
Down on the rooftop, everybody scream, yeah. Is that what you were doing?
Yep. Mm. 5 out of 10.
Thank you. I'll take that.
You'll take it and you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
Ooh, 180 no scope. I swear I've gone up like 5 levels in 2 days.
Well, I've ranked up twice today.
What rank are you?
Right. 188.
Nice.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Have to go. Me punch you.
Good one.
There we go.
Owie. Why isn't she touching? There we go. Oh, you should shake a hand.
Oh yeah.
Ah. There you go.
Oh no! Put the knife
That's the
away.
There you go.
Oh, you cheat!
Why I cheat? 1v1 bro. Are we using weapons or fists?
Weapons, but not guns or explosives.
So just melee weapons.
Yeah, that's the badge. I couldn't think of
All
the
right.
word.
Oh! Oh no!
Look at you.
What? Oh! Look at me, what?
What even was that?
A pool cue.
Where did you get that from?
Ammunition.
I want one. Right, what else can I use? Right, next.
Oh, we're going for other stuff, okay. What about a battle axe? Oh no!
Oh!
Oh,
Give me an axe wound.
god. Not another one.
Yeah, another one. Third one.
Third one.
Yeah, Elite Gamer gave me the other one, didn't they?
Oh no.
Come on, bro!
Wait, let me get another. Okay. Oh no, I've got no chance. Oh, it's too quick. Right, what else? Right, screw this. Right, come here, bitch.
What's shaking? Sorry.
I see you hiding behind the corner.
No! No! Ow!
Oh no!
Alright. Yeah. Go. Oh!
Sit down.
Oh, I'm sitting down. I'm sitting down.
I want to
Alright.
eat snaps after every fucking round.
Oh, you cheat! That wasn't part of the deal.
Fuck off! What do you mean? Well, it wasn't not. And you get full
No, it
health every
wasn't,
time
you're
I kill
right,
you.
but- Yeah, you've only just overtaken me.
Yeah, but I killed you like 3 times in a row. No, stop it! I'm still eating.
No, you didn't. You killed me twice in a row. How are you not dead? What the hell?
That's
No!
not fair. I was still eating.
It doesn't matter. Get back here, Fatsy McGee.
No. Shoot. I couldn't defend myself and I couldn't attack you. That's not fair.
Why couldn't you attack me?
Because I was eating.
You've got fists.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't cancel it. She was eating. It was locked.
Ah.
Oh god. What else have we got? Let's see.
Pool cue. I need to get myself one of them.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Oh, what's it gotta be? Oh.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh. No, what? Cheat! No way! You little galloper. Get back here. I'm galloping around! Oh! Oh! Jitty!
Did he? Right, hammer. I'm gonna hammer you one.
Hammer time! The liquor store is closed. Oh.
Whoop, dodge.
What?
Did you have a knuckle duster?
I win!
Just got me in the back of the noggin. Oh, it says I lost.
All of that money I just spent on utility charges and mechanic.
Oh no. Come on, quick. Okay, good. I've put so many of my weapons in the gun locker.
Have you?
Yeah. Are you trying to... What are you doing?
No. Nothing. Oh!
What was that?
Nothing.
It was a rocket launcher, wasn't it?
No.
Was it a sniper?
No.
Oh, this doesn't reach the... Oh. Oh my god. Wait,
Oh!
oh, yes.
I was gonna throw tear gas at you.
Right, okay, I'll let you throw tear gas.
Yay. Where you at,
Only if you
bro?
let me throw something at you.
Holy
Pipe bomb.
smokes. It's a pipe bomb!
There's a few new weapons, you need to go on me.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Alright. I will speak to you in a biz.
Alright. Bye bye.